Okay, we are live. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless one of the man. Look at Clay, and as you guys can see, I'm at a little bit of a different angle. Um, I bought I bought a new camera. It's a 4K camera, and I also bought a tripod. The tripod is it's 3 feet, but man, the way this thing was like looking at me head on, this thing feels like it's sheesh, things feels like it's 4 or 5 feet. So, but I'll have to play around with it a little bit and bring it a little bit closer to me. And while you're here, if you would all be so kind to hit that good old thumbs up button, I would really appreciate it. Okay, so the title of the stream. I did not plan to go live today because I just got home from the doctor a little while ago. Everything's going fine. I'm feeling a lot better this past couple of weeks. So the title of this stream is the Project Motor Racing. I tagged them. And it shows that I'm your VR guy. So what led me to tag them is today, Traxion GG as well as Overtake GG, which I believe they're under the same umbrella. They interviewed Kevin Boland, who is the chief development director for Straight Force Studios, who, as you probably know, developed Project Motor Racing. And Traxion GG did a 2-part interview with him. The first part, they wrote an article on the interview, and then the second part of the interview was recorded. And then Traxion GG, Overtake GG, they interviewed him as well. And I haven't had a chance to read the entire articles or watch both of the YouTube interviews. Links are in the description if you want to check it out. The top link is for the article that was written by Traxion GG, and then the other 2 links are YouTube links for interviews from both Traxion GG and Overtake GG. So I'll have to sit down and watch all of it, read the entire articles again today because I had a doctor's appointment. I didn't have time to sit down and digest all of it. But I did find the one part that I was looking for, and that was about the VR and the triple screen support, which, I've done triple screen before. I don't know, about last year, a couple of years ago, I had my big TV in the middle, had a monitor here and a monitor there. And just out of curiosity, I wanted to see what it felt like to do the triple screens. It's cool, but I would still prefer VR. So anyway, I found what I was looking for in the interview, and that was about why the VR did not launch day one, and what the current status is of the VR and when we can expect it. And his Mr. Boland's answer was, the Project Motor Racing, through various updates, they're just now getting very, very close to where they want Project Motor Racing to be in terms of performance. But I guess at the moment, the game still is somewhat CPU heavy, and VR would only add to that. So I guess they want to try to find a way to shift a lot of the load over to the GPU. And that, will give them better optimization for VR. So I'm under the impression that the VR may not be good enough for them to pass it right now. And the window that they gave was within a few months. So I would like to think that if he's giving us a window of within a few months, that aligns with where I thought it might be, that we might get VR by summertime. I was really hoping we would get it in the next month or so. But hey, that answer within a few months is a lot better than what Rensport gave when they were asked about their VR support. And they just said the VR wasn't in a good spot right now. And they can't put a timetable on when it will be ready, but they do plan to implement it at some point. And honestly, I think that might be because of the Unreal 5 engine. I'm getting the impression that it may not be very good for VR. in any case, back to Project Motor Racing. So the reason why I tagged the developers is because this is my way of reaching out to them and asking them for access to the VR. I'm willing to test it behind the scenes, and I'm willing to sign NDAs if necessary. So many times I've told my viewers that I've got multiple computers. So I'm saying at this time to the developers that I have 3 computers, one with a 3070 Ti, a 3080 Ti, and a 4090. So I can I would be able to test the VR on a wide spectrum, from one end to the other in terms of the PCs that I have. And so I have a variety of headsets, which here is my Oculus Quest Pro. Here is a Quest 2. My PSVR 2 is in the bedroom. I've got a fan right next to me, and it's sitting on a box that's got my HP Reverb G2 in there, but that's been pretty much been discontinued because Microsoft pretty much shut down the PC app. So yeah, I've got about and I've got a Quest 3. So I've got about 8 headsets. So yeah, I would definitely be able to test it. And as far as my pedigree goes, I think no one has more VR sim racing streams than me. Just on Le Mans Ultimate alone, I think I've got over 170 streams, and I believe probably about 165 of them are VR streams. I've also got a lot of other streams in VR sim racing on Race Room, Automobilista 2, GT7, even GT Sport going back years ago, Drive Club VR. I think I've even done an iRacing stream before in VR. So I think I've tried, as far as road racing games goes, I think I've tried just about every one that has VR support. Project Cars 2. And so when Project Motor Racing gets its VR support, no one is going to do more VR streams than me. I am 99.9% confident of that. And when it gets its VR support, I understand that some people, VR is not for everybody. So speaking to you, the viewers, that when it does get VR, I definitely will do 2 streams a week, one in VR, one in non-VR. Because I do notice, I'm not going to lie, I notice the difference in views when I stream Project Motor Racing versus when I stream other games in VR. So, but yeah, I think I'm a good candidate to test the VR behind the scenes and let you know how it performs on various computers, and whether I would get motion sickness or what have you. So I did join their Discord, but I chose this method of reaching out to them because years and years ago, I tried to reach out to one of the ACC devs in Discord and nearly got kicked out of their Discord. So, and even if I weren't to get jumped on by the moderators in the Project Motor Racing Discord, I wouldn't know who I'm supposed to talk to anyway. So I tagged their YouTube channel. I would like to think that someone will see this because they are aware of the Project Motor Racing content that's out there, because they did. Kevin Boland did mention the Dave Kim video about the latency, the throttle latency, and their team watched that video. And I think he even said that they watched all the videos surrounding it. So they watch all the videos. They are aware of it, and they watch it both from a feedback and from a fan, from a viewer's viewpoint. So I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I would like to think at one point or another they may have seen one of my streams. So by me tagging them, I'm hoping that almost solidifies that they will see this. And again, I'd like to be considered for the VR. If it's only a few months away, I'd like to think that it's probably in the testing phase right now. So yeah, I would definitely like to try it out. And I've got the hardware to do it, and I've got the track record for VR. So I think that's about gonna do it. I can't think of any other news that I want to talk about, so I think let's see what's out there. Uh-oh. I thought the game was gonna crash on me.
At RayBaby7895 said, "Let's hope."
Yeah, definitely. Fingers crossed. Nope, nothing here. They do have plans for I think for rank races. They do have plans. They also have plans, mods, and he did say something about content coming for mods. And what I read into it was I guess they got content, but some of it isn't out yet because I think the word that he used was that it's too close to the bone. And in terms of the actual content. So what I'm thinking what he meant by that is we're probably going to get some modded content where you may see some cars or tracks with different names, and my guess is they might be looking into it to make sure that they can upload it and won't get sued by manufacturers or the track entities. So I guess to be a little more specific, as an example, if they don't get a Ferrari license, I would like to think that at some point somebody will upload a Ferrari, but it won't have the prancing horse on it, and it won't have the Ferrari name on it. I mean, I've seen that with the Automobilista 2 mods. There are no Ferraris, I don't think, in Automobilista 2, but through modded content, yeah, some people have uploaded Ferrari cars, and they had different names. 992. Oh, this 992 trophy. Uh, that was a tricky car to drive, but for the sake of jumping in somewhere, let's hop in. This one that I'm choosing, I don't recall you. This is the one I like. That's okay. And that's okay too. But I don't recall choosing this one or this one. Yeah, that one's cool, but I think yeah, I think I might like that one a little bit more. So hopefully the host will kick this off and won't try to wait until the entire room fills up. So I'll give him a couple of minutes. If he doesn't launch it, then yeah, we'll go look for something else or do something single. Oh, people falling out. Another one gone. Now the host. Wait a minute. Oh, so much for that then. Oh, I don't want to do Nord's Life. Nord's Life, that is just a track where it's just wrecks are inevitable. Even for people who know how to drive, they're going to go off the track at some point. I mean, that track is just way too big to try to remember every single curve. Change vehicle. I haven't tried a DBR9 in a while, so let's have a look, see if anybody else joins. All right. He started the countdown. I probably won't stay in here. I just want to go in here and hear the car for a minute because although the DBR9, I've only driven this car on Project Motor Racing and Automobilista 2, but the car sounds absolutely wonderful on both sims. So much to the point that I can't even pick which one I think is better than the other. I think that, it's pretty much a tie. Sorry, host. All right. Let's suit up. Oh, crap. Lost my mouse. I actually want the low down force.
You're clear.
Check my wheel. Looks like I got the multi-shifting problem again. Or do I? Oh, it's on automatic. So let me try this out. So this upshift problem that I've had in the past, I think some people have chalked it up to that's possibly something that happens when the servers are full or when the lobby is full. So let's see here, transmission. Let's go to automatic. Oh, you can choose automatic upshifts too. Well, let's go to manual, see what happens. And if it skips gears, then I'll have to go back to the automatic upshifts. So let's go back down to 1.
Second flag this lap. Session's over. Mate, I thought we had it. Still P2 though. Makes our life easier for the race.
How many laps does he have this set for? If it's only 5 laps, then I might go ahead and monkey around and do it. Yeah, the camera angle I got right there. I like how it shows part of my wheelbase, but I don't like how far back I'm looking. So yeah, let's go with the low downforce. Yeah, I hate using that bonnet cam. Besides, I want to stick to using this, so when it does get VR support, I'll feel right at home. Let's go. Let's go.
Ain't no stopping this train! Whoa!
He's probably gonna kill me anyway, so. Oh, rubber banding. I thought I was gonna hit him. that back in.
Last lap, mate.
He's playing with me, but okay. If we were in GT3s, I'd make his ass work. The car was tricky as hell to drive.
Got it, mate. P1.
Ha. All right. Let me see if there's anybody else got a lobby. Oh shit. Wow.
At Drew Griffin 2643 said, "Good morning, Lincoln. Hope you are well, sir."
Drew Griffin, how you doing?
Ain't
There
no
you go.
stopping this train. Whoa!
Good morning. I have to assume that you are in the UK or Germany. GT3 Pro Cup at Northampton. All right. It's only three, but let's go with it. Let me see here. I want to hear some rumble. So yeah, I want to hear a little bit of rumble.
At Drew Griffin 2643 said, "Australia mate."
So if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm on Eastern time, and I think Australia is 12 hours ahead of Eastern time. So if I'm not mistaken, it is 9:44 a.m. where you're at right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, we got 5 players now. Okie dokie. You know, for all the heat that Project Motor Race has been taking, most of it being the AI, and I think with the online stability was the majority of the complaints with.
At LabPunk7562 said, "I want some rumble too, Link. Make it happen, dude." Smiling face with sunglasses.
Yeah, that's
At
exactly
Drew
what.
Griffin 2643 said, 1044 because of daylight saving.
Oh, okay, gotcha. 10:44. So yeah, what I was about to say about Project Motor Racing, for all the heat that they took, one thing nobody has ever said about this game is about the complained about is the amount of cars they have in this game. They definitely have a lot of cars. Oh, excuse me, folks. I am so sorry. Oof. Right, let's get it going here. And let's go Voltron Force. Here's some of that V8 rumble.
You're clear.
At Gaz_25 said, "BRRRRR go fast."
Oh yeah, vroom vroom. How you doing? Crap.
5 minutes remaining.
I didn't care for that, but oh well.
No, this is Jester. Said. Look at the size of this bloke flexed biceps.
I wish. How's it going, Jess? If you like Jester, I believe you are a moderator. You can put your channel, put a link to your channel in the chat.
No, this is Jester. Said. Killing some time before I get on bro. No, this is Jester. Said. Oh snap lad, big ups.
Oh shit.
No, this is Jester. Said.
Checking flag
https://youtube.com/@nothisisjester?SI ZW2Q99BGS6RR84us.
There we go. There you go, folks. That is my friend. No, this is Chester. That is his YouTube channel. He will be going live here. So, hey, check us both out. Jump back and forth between us both. Pause.
No, this is Jester. Said. Doing more multi-class today, mate. Getting ready for Bathurst this weekend.
Oh yeah.
No, this is Jester. Said. Need LMDHC time at Bathurst.
Yeah, my lap times aren't going to get good until this game gets VR, because that's how I race. Go with a medium setup again, and this time we will put the steering rack scale at about 1.7.
Probably going to need to look at the setup between now and the race.
Also, let's see here, go with setup 2. Turn down the force feedback a little bit, take that down to about 40, and I think that'll work.
At LabPunk7562. Said. Lincoln, do you have a butt kicker or other on your rig?
I've got base shakers on my rig. I've got one base shaker underneath the pedal plate right here where my feet are, and another one right here to my right on the side of the rig.
This is Jester. Said. Did you watch the developer's interview?
Yes, I did.
Lots on info there about VR and triple and why it's not there already makes sense as well.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense. So that's pretty much telling me that since this game is already somewhat CPU heavy, if they use VR to add to that workload, it's probably going to run like crap.
At Edward Tibble 3785. Said. Hey Lincoln, hope VR will be cool. Like to watch you race with the VR experience in game. Hopefully realism in cockpit will bring some much needed racing awareness later. Have fun.
Yeah,
No, this is Jester. Said. It's gonna struggle yet.
Yeah, I can't wait for the VR. Absolutely. No, don't go into that gravel. How about that? I had the fastest first sector. Ain't that something? Boy, that back end is like getting snappy on me every time I slam on the brakes.
At Labpunk 7562. Said. Brake bias forward then.
I said it one click forward. A lot of it's already, looks like it's already towards the front anyway. Oh, no, it's rear. Oh, okay, okay, I got you. Yeah, there it is. That back end stable now. Thank you.
Marker in front, not for the race, just get past them.
Still a little bit jerky when I hit it. When I hit the brakes hard, though. If I apply the brakes smoothly, then yes, it's fine. But if I slam on the brakes, yeah, it gets squirrely. There we go. That was smooth.
racing the back marker in front. Just get past quickly.
Oh, I lost so much time.
White flag. This back marker isn't in contention, so pass them now.
Oh shit! Got on the gas, trying to carry some momentum. I gotta recalibrate these pedals. I forgot. That's why this car was snapping all over the place. A few months ago, I recalibrated my pedals. Before, I had to like basically stomp a hole in the floor to get the car to stop. Then I recalibrated the pedals, and now it's to the point where you barely have to touch them and you'll lock up the wheels. So I gotta find that sweet spot.
At Drew Griffin 2643 said, "That was too sweaty for the first race of the day, grinning squinting face."
It was, but I mean, based on those lap times, I've done a 159 on here before, on this particular game, but No, until I get VR support, I'm not going to be very competitive at this because, like I said before, I'm much faster in VR. Oh, that's locked. Well, I guess I can try out some other cars and see how they sound. Boy, that BMW is another one that sounds really good. Um, well, let's try this old ass C7. It's a good track. Hell, let's try that. And I think I'm gonna have to recalibrate my pedal. So give me a second, folks. Yeah, give me a second, folks. Let's see here. Pedals. Set minimum. Brake. Set minimum. Set. That's the handbrake. All right, I think I might be able to deal with that. Well, let me bring you guys back up. I'd also like to thank those of you who tuned in to my GT7 stream yesterday. It rained kind of hard, and I lost connection, so my router was knocked out, and so I think you guys probably saw a black screen, and it took me a few minutes to get everything situated. Oh, default, okay. All right, let's suit it up.
Clear of pit lane.
Oh my God, that oscillation. Nice. It still got oscillation. Yeah. And since every one of these cars handles so different, I do not want to try to go through and figure this out. So go back to a different car. You know what? So I've driven this car in VR. I believe I've driven it on Automobilista 2 as well as I think GT7.
Hammer down now.
Just trying to find the proper settings, folks. Sorry. All right, that feels better. What the hell happened? Tell me I hit the wall so hard it killed the engine.
Clear of pit lane.
Oh shit. So much for that. But I do believe that it was fun. That car was fun to drive. Probably not a good track for a car. Oh shit. Probably not a good track for a car that I haven't had much time with. All right, let's go back, see what we got for community. For the community. GT3. Oh, EJ, let's jump in there. Let's jump in there with him. Let me see here. Change vehicle. I don't know. Feeling like Porsche again. What's he driving? Oh, he's driving the AMG. All right, cool. So yeah, that's another one. The host, EJR. His channel, I believe, is EJR Racing or EJ Racing. Go check him out. He might be live right now, but definitely gotta mention him because he's another one of the guys that that's keeping this game alive. You know, we've got my friend Jester, Boris, Mets VR, EJR, Xbox One, Kenobi. Those are the names that come to mind offhand because these are people who pretty much play the game quite a bit and host races. So yeah, definitely go check out EJR. We got 9 people in here. All right. Oh, damn, but we're at Mount Panorama. What does he got? How many? 5 laps for the race, 5 minutes of quali. Oh, you know what? I should have took the NSX. The last time I drove that, it felt really, really good. Just in the nick of time. Let's go with the mid. All right. Let's go, Voltron Force. How did it start me off in 4th gear?
Clear of pit lane.
Oh, it's skipping gears. And it skipped another gear.
Left in the session. Checkered flag is out. Session finished.
All right. I think I need to adjust the right here, the steering rate. Take that up to 1.8. Oh, and by the way, if the devs should happen to see this and would like to respond to my request to test the VR, I think the easiest way to reach me where I can verify you guys would be to leave a comment in the comment section of this stream. So hope someone from the development team sees this and can point me in the right direction to try out the VR.
For the race to long distance, but I really hope qualifying will go better for us.
All right, let's go.
Ain't no stopping this train! Whoa!
Two, 4, 6, 8 cars. Not bad. Not bad. Let's go. Might put on a different set of gloves after this race. Why is your car stopped in the middle of the track? Let's watch EJ. All right, here's EJ right here in the AMG. Why would you stop your car in the middle of the track like that? And you guys probably see my whole front end blow off the car, so the car was destroyed. Absolutely insane. Oh, EJ, damn. Is he going to retire? Yep, he retired. All right, let's watch the Lambo. This is the guy in the lead. He's driving that Lambo pretty damn good. You can see by the way the back end is swinging around, he's pushing the car to the edge, but he's still driving it smooth. So I guess while we're watching him, I'm going to grab a drink, so I'll be right back. right, I'm back. How's he looking? Not another car in sight. Yeah, a little, well, yeah, a little bit of swivel right there. It's almost like he's backing the car around the corner, almost like somewhat sliding into the corners. What we got for the HUD? Yeah, he's braking later than me, and he's taking nice smooth lines too. Let me see if EJ is live. Yeah, he's live. Race should be over now, because I think he only set it for 5 or 6 laps. Let's have a look at someone else. This guy in second place. Oh, nearly lost it. Okay, that must be the end of the race. Oh, I thought it was. On track. Yeah, this race is only 5 laps. It should be over.
Check your flag, mate. It's over. We knew it'd be tough out there.
And that no tomorrow on that Mustang. What was he thinking, stopping the car in the middle of the track like that? All right, EJ, where are you going to take us? Jester's in here too. All right, cool. All right, EJ, what you got for us? Jester took a hypercar. Oh, shit, he picked a track that I am absolutely not familiar with. Oh, well, I guess no time like the present to learn. So I think these rooms, I think these lobbies are capable of holding 30 people. But I know EJ was one of the people that spoke about the missed shifts, and he thinks it's due to a full room. So he limits his lobbies to 20 people. Here we go, countdown. I'll stick with the Acura for this race. Which I drive an Acura in real life. I have an older one, but it's a 2000. It is a 2006 Acura RL. Oh shit, we got 13 in here now. Only 2 people using hypercars. Oh, that Ford Falcon. That's going to be a wild one with those two cars. And that No Tomorrow who stopped his Mustang in the middle of the track. He's driving one of them. And good good Lord. The way that car swings all over the place. Oh, excuse me. I do not know this track, folks, so definitely do not expect a good result.
You're clear.
Oh my Lord. Shit. Skip the gear.
Timing started. Make this lap count. Damn it, skipping gears. One minute left. Checking flag out. Session is done.
That was absolute trash.
Probably going to need to take a look at the setup between now and the race and find some pace.
Let's go.
At Swolfgamingeats3053 said, "Yo, I'm still trying to get the sim when it comes down in price."
You probably should have subscribed to my channel a long time ago. I've given away about 6 keys to this game already. And I'll give away another one soon. Or if you don't want to wait until the next time I do a giveaway, you can go to loaded.com and they're selling them for roughly 25 bucks over there. Go ahead, I'm giving it to you. Go ahead, I'm giving it to you. At fastest first sector, how about that? God. Transmission downshift protection. Limiter force on.
Leaders are here, blue flag.
Trying too hard now.
Last lap, white flag. Stay focused and give it your best shot. Blue flag, check your mirror, mate.
Yeah, we gotta get to a track that I know. With the new tire update that they did a few weeks ago, I like the way all these cars handle. But I think when I get in, when we get the VR support, the Corvette, the Porsche, and I think this Acura are probably going to be the cars that I drive. Definitely like the way it feels.
Like I said, there's some fast guys in this series.
Yeah, that track sucked. Hopefully we'll get to a track that I know very well so I can push it. All right, EJ, what you got for us? Jester fell out. He might be hosting his own. Oh, Sebring, there we go. I definitely think the Porsche is a good car to go with on here. The Porsche and the Corvette, but I'm going to go ahead and stay with the Acura. Oh, look at EJ taking the Ford Falcon. Oh, excuse me. So we've been on a little over 2 hours. This might be the last one. It's already after 9 o'clock. Cross play. How many laps? 5 laps. That turn one, when you hit your brake marker and you get that car pointed in the right direction, and you can slingshot right across the top of turn one, that is so rewarding. Ooh, excuse me. Again. Oof. One, two, three, 4 people taking the Ford Falcon. 5. All right, let's go.
Clear of the pits.
Damn, that thing is wiggling all over the place. You see the body roll on that car? Lap timing started. Every second matters.
minutes remaining. End of session. Checking flag this lap.
All right, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that lap time. So no doubt in my mind, I would have. I believe I could have hit 159s if I would have been in VR. I think I could have hit 158s. So I'm good with that. I'm good with that. So let's go Voltron Force. Yeah, I turn one is what killed me. So I lost a little bit of time on turn one.
Calling's over, mate. Wish that had panned out a little better for us.
I'm gonna have my work cut out for me trying to keep up with the other two. That Limberto Sama, he's fast. 1.8. All right, we good. Let's go.
Ain't no stopping this train! Whoa!
Good luck, mate. You
Let's
can
go.
do it.
shit! Go ahead, dude. I was giving it to you.
At Adrenaluquite said, Vroom.
How's it going? I lost a lot of time fighting with that Porsche. He acted like he couldn't make up his mind whether to let me through or not. He could, like, 1 minute it looks like he was letting me through, next minute he wants to fight. Ah, I got greedy. Trying to carry that momentum out of there. Oh well. Took third. Contaminated third, but I took third. Damn, that Lamberto Sama did a 157.4. That dude is a demon.
That's a podium, mate. Great drive.
Damn, I said I was going to go after this race, but let me see what EJ's next track is going to be. So, I'm getting into a groove with this Acura, so I want to stay with it. I don't know. When it gets VR support, this Acura might be the most fun GT3 to drive. Oil Slick. See, he's in here. Is he going to stay with the GT4 Mustang, or is he going to switch up? Come on, EJ, take us to, take us to Kyalami, Spa, Monza. Okay, Daytona, okay. All right, we'll work with that. Let's go. Let's go, Voltron Force. And we get that DLC at the end of the month. I think we're supposed to get 7 cars from the GT1, from the GT500 class. I think we're going to get like 4 current cars and like three cars from like 2016 or something like that. And we're supposed to get, being that this is a Japanese-centric DLC, we're supposed to get a Japanese track, and Traxi and GG was speculating that it would probably be Fuji or Suzuka, plus one fictional track, which they already showed the screenshot to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 of us is still using GT3s. All right. I think this gonna feel real fun with the Acura. So far as the handling goes, this Acura is a very, very, very underrated car. I mean, I still turned in my fastest lap with the Corvette on Sebring. I did a 158 something. I want to say 158.6 on Sebring with the Corvette, but you know, I think the Corvette is still considered the better car, so I don't want to use it. So whenever I'm not using the Corvette, I think the Porsche and definitely the Acura will be the 2 other cars that I use. Set up. go. Let's go.
Clear of pit lane.
Damn it.
On the clock, mate. Full set this lap.
Shit. The fuck was that?
You've got 5 minutes left.
Oh, come on. Oh my God. Ay, ay, ay. So, right now, as far as what needs fixing, I only got two complaints. One is the rubber banding, and the other is the missed gear shifts. You know, I'm jumping from second gear to fifth. That definitely needs to be fixed. I know this is probably it might be a compatibility issue between my Fanatec wheelbase and the game itself, because this doesn't happen with my Logitech wheelbase. Oh, excuse me. This track here, other than when you hit the bank, this track is flat. So sometimes I do not see the corner until the very last second. Whereas in VR, you see that because the depth is there. Oh, excuse me.
Here's what it is. We're going to have traffic to deal with at the start of the race.
Did a 143.8. Holy moly, moly, moly. All right, last one, let's go.
Keep focused.
Oh, come on, dude. This ain't gonna end well.
At Eric B. the Realist said, "What's up at Lincoln Flavor?"
Mr. Realist, how you doing, my brother?
At Eric B. the
Ain't no
Realist
stopping this train!
said,
Whoa!
"What's up, Chad?" At Eric B. the Realist said, I'm doing good still racing.
Excellent, excellent, my brother.
Marker is not in our race. Make a quick pass.
I think I'm actually getting some downshifts, I mean some upshifts when I'm trying to downshift. Oh my God, it's a misshift again. They definitely got to fix that. It bogs the car down when that happens.
Back marker is not in our race. Make a quick pass.
Oh, damn it! A misshift again. That's really frustrating. And it only happens online. It doesn't happen in single player races. Oh my God. And it seems to happen at that exact spot right there too. That was a rubber band. Yeah, those missed shifts really messing with my head, because that's really frustrating. I mean, I don't want to put the car in automatic, but it looks like I'm going to have no choice. I thought Fanatec fixed that shit. They sent out an update to fix it, and it seemed like it was working for about a week, and now it's right back to this again. So, that is going to do it for me. We've been live for over 3 hours. Holy moly. Doesn't seem like we've been live that long. Hey, want to thank you all for watching. Sheesh, I don't know what I got up this weekend. Pretty much be one of the four, Project Motor Racing, Le Mans Ultimate, Race Room, or possibly even GT7, even though that was super frustrating yesterday, getting knocked all over the place. It's typical on that game. But in any case, yeah, I'll see you guys again this weekend. As always, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. See you on the next one. Until then, you all know the line. Wakanda forever. Long live the king, and deuces. Have a good one, everybody. We will see you soon.